Well, this video will be on their PO, not creation, but let's say on PO types mostly. But first, before I talk about their PO types, I will just give you a couple of words on the people who create the POs. Previously, before I'd say May 2021, it was only PPO team which created purchase orders. After May 2021, GBS team took some responsibilities of the PPO, and for some company codes, for some plants, it is GBS now that creates purchase orders. And I guess they're planning to take over more and more plants and in some time replace PPO in this responsibility. So, but in general, so what were and the PPO is now actually after this moment is called global indirect procurement. So let's talk about the global indirect procurement responsibilities, and this slide is about those. First of all, they create and approve purchase orders and purchase requisitions. Yeah, you should already know that some of the purchase requisitions go to GBS. We have that input 65, which tells us whether it goes to the old way to the global indirect procurement or the new way to their GBS. But still, this is responsibility that is going from global indirect procurement to GBS at the moment. So soon, I guess, will be taken over completely for all the company codes. But still, it will be by GBS responsibility in some time, currently shared. And then the other thing which global indirect procurement does when creating the purchase orders, they select the purchase order type. This is done during PO creation, and as it will be GBS who creates POs, it will be GBS who selects the purchase order types. The other two activities, I guess, might stay with global indirect procurement and not go to GBS. Not sure what they decide, but still, they are the teams which check the legal requirements that our process of buying reflects them correctly, so that we're not breaking any laws. And we have different company codes in different countries which have different legislation. This is why making this job is kind of important and difficult to keep our buying process in compliance with the local laws. So in case there is a change in law, we should adapt. And this is up to their global indirect procurement to be responsible for. And this might stay with their global indirect procurement and not go to GBS. The last thing here is being initiator for the change requests, keeping SAP tables and transactions in order so that everything works correctly. This is related mostly to the previous point. So whenever we have any change in legislation, we change our process. And so it will be, I guess, still global indirect procurement who does this on most of cases. It could be that GBS includes some change requests, reinitiates them. Yeah, sure, because they process their purchase orders, and there could be changes in this process as well. So this, I guess, will be shared, but still, on most part, will be global indirect procurement who initiates those changes. Now, about the types of the purchase orders, we have several. Whenever we create a purchase order, the first thing you do is you select their purchase order type. It defines the life of the document afterwards. So the first one here is NB. It's a standard PO. It could be it could be any actually purchase requisition before it, either automatic or manual. No, let's say not my shop one. But it still may be either automatic PR or manual one, starting with 3 or with 2, to be a ground for NBPO. So, as you may guess, these would be purchase orders for their production material, semi-finished goods, finished goods, and maybe spare parts. These will be used mostly, I guess, in the intercompany flows, because whenever we purchase it from their or purchasing it from their third-party vendor. So the standard PO, this type of NB, has the goods receipt, because whenever we receive something, we need to receive it, and then has an invoice, which results in payment, which is already documented outside of their logistics model with SAP. This document is already on the financial side. So in MM module, we have PR, we have PO, GR, and DR. So this is already out of their MM module. That's why it's called differently. So this was NB, standard one, just a regular flow, PR, PO, GR, PR. Now let's see their deviations from the norm. The first one being their catalog, my shop POs. The type of their purchase requisition from which it is always created is ZS. It's the one which came from their my shop. Either it's from catalog or it is a free text PR. But from ZS catalog PRs, we have ZSRM POs. These are catalog POs. They might have GR, might not have GR. Here, GR is, I'd say, optional, because we have this PO light thing where there is a threshold whether GR is needed or not, and it might be not needed, so it could be this document could be without the GR. So here GR is optional. Then invoice, then payment in fines. For their repetitive purchasing, or I'd say not repetitive, but for, I'd say, regular purchases, we have the framework order. Framework order does not set the exact amount of money it is for. It is for the period of time. Let's say it's for the service. Well, it's very helpful when you're trying to purchase something, some service for some period of time. Normally it's a year. Like you say, okay, we are buying well, janitor services from this company, or security services from the other company. Then you would want to pay the exact amount of money each month to this company, so that we get our security, or it's a rent, or it's a service for cleaning, whatever. So these framework orders, they are created for a period of time. They have validity dates, and so you may post goods receipt there only 30 days after the end of the validity date of the purchase order. So if you set it for 1 year, like from January till December, or well, from January 1st to December 31st, you will be able to pass the goods receipt up to January 31st. So do we have 31 days in December? I don't remember. So in any case, 30 oh, actually 30 days. So anyway, so it will be 30th of December. We'll have 30 days in, well, 30th of January next year. So we take their end of the validity plus 30 days. So if the end of validity is 31st of December, then it will be the 30th of January, the last day when you may pass GR for that order. And actually, if you would like to have those payments done automatically and regularly, this is the only type of purchase order which allows invoicing plan. And invoicing plan would involve our GR being not posted. So we have this type of payment when you set it up in the purchase order that we do the regular payments. And if you do this, it's called invoicing plan, you have to switch off the GR option. So it means that you will never have GR sausage documents. You just pay and that's it. You automatically accept the service. This is normally done for rent because it's helpful. So it may be created from manual PRs, from YB PRs. They create a framework. Actually, it may be created from ZS PRs as well. So it may be created from catalog items. So in catalog items, you still may say that, okay, I want it to be a ZS. I put it in the header. I put it some note for maybe no automatic PR. And in PO, so in this case, PPO will, or GBS nowadays, will have to create a framework order. And it's done manually. There are no automatic transactions to create those. Then GR is optional, then invoice for sure, and then payment as our financial document. The last two types of there, actually not two. To be honest, we have more. But the main ones which you will face, the main two other types are ZB and YB POs. These are inter and intra-company stock transfers used to transfer the materials from one location to another. Again, used in planning, used in planning production, and used in intercompany flows. The difference between them is that when it's an intercompany stock transfer, we are sending material from JTI company code to JTI company code, and we have to pay for it because, as you remember, company code is the smallest organizational unit with its financial books, and it's a different company. So we pay each other. JTI pays JTI, but still, it's a payment. But for UB, it's an intra-company stock transfer. Whenever we will actually move material from one plant belonging to company code to the other plant belonging to the same company code. It's still a purchase order, but we do not pay for the material because it stays ours. It's as if putting your phone from one pocket to the other. You might want to pay somebody to do it for you, or you just pay your other hand, which is just doing the job of moving. So you pay for transportation. Maybe you pay some fees if you're crossing the border, but normally you shouldn't because it's within one company code. Company code normally is within one country, but still you may have maybe a transplant in the other country. So that's why these are possible. So here in UB, an invoice is a possibility for transportation costs and additional fees, but not for the material itself. Material itself will be free of charge because it's still yours. It was yours before, it will be yours whenever it is received in their other plant. It's just moving stock from one place to another. So here actually could be no invoice, could be only transportation cost invoice. I told you that actually there are more, and here you might also see ZLF and then some number purchase orders for green leaf. These are created by LeafPoint. We have an application called LeafPoint where we plant tobacco, buying tobacco from the farmers, and it's rather complicated software which has interfaces into SAP, and whatever is, let's say, bought in or via their LeafPoint is afterwards transferred to SAP as SAP documents, and it creates purchase orders of its own type. It's ZLF something. Please note that whenever you see such purchase orders, and if there are issues with them and you would like to assign it to BTS, please remember it should be, I guess, BTS leaf point and not purchasing BTS. So the other type which you might see is ZTM0, which are created from the transportation management module of SAP. This is area of TM support, but still you might be able to help because these are still POs. But if there is some peculiarity or so you need to have some TM knowledge, you might pass it to the TM analyst. But in general, you might see them and not really sure depending on their issue. If you ever go to BTS, it could be BTS TM and not BTS purchasing as well. So please mind that we have also those two types of POs, which are, well, yeah, even in some cases not purchasing related. So I guess this is it for the purchase order type. And let me stop the recording.